Alright guys, so I have made it my mission to try all of the top end goaltenders throughout this game for the content. I've said it a number of times in all of my team building videos, never make or go out and buy the best master item goaltender because goaltender is just the least valuable position for you in NHL. No matter how good they are, they're not going to bail you out to the point at which they'll steal you a ton of victories. It's on your defense and how you play. Any goaltender is going to give up a backdoor one-timer or a cross crease right through the slot there, so be mindful of that. That being said, it's my duty to come up with content for you guys. I will be the sacrifice. I will go out and get the best goaltenders and then do a review on them. So this is going to be my first ever goaltender review. And man, we got a big release in this new event, and it looks on paper to be the best goaltender in the game. We're going to find out today. That's right, we're going to be talking about the 94 Jacob Markstrom. 6'6", 94 overall. 96 glove high, 98 glove low. His vision, speed, agility, and aggression are all amazing. And he's 6'6" and has no stat caps like all of the other taller goaltenders have. If there is a build that you want in this game, it is this card. And I was super interested when it came out for a release and I did my rankings on videos. I actually ranked him not last like you should for every other event because, again, a goaltender is not going to provide you with enough value that a forward or defenseman would in this game, even as a master item. His synergy isn't bad, so balance, distributor, and swarm. We're going to talk all about that, and I guess that's a good place to start. It's not high-end anymore. So obviously with Team of the Year Vasilevsky, that's the god tier. That's 2 to distributor, spark, and swarm. That gets you out of the synergy gulag. Markstrom isn't bad at 1 to distributor, swarm, and balance, but it's just 1 point, and balance, like I said, is a 3rd-tier synergy. It's not going to, super help you, but it's not going to hurt you either. So I'm going to, again, we're trying to break down new things here on the team reviews. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10 in terms of his synergies because at least it gives you 3, which is, better than some of the other guys. But yeah, let's get into his build now. 6'6", that's top tier. That's, 10 out of 10. His glove high is maxed. His aggression is under 80. Like I said, man, his build looks incredible. But let's see how he plays in the game. All right, so here's the caveat to my review in Markstrom, though, or any goaltender, and it's that I play really good players. I'm in Division 1. Anyone that's in Division 2 and 2 and above, really going to have those opponents that don't take a ton of shots, but the shots they do take are extremely high quality. So I need to mention that with all my goaltenders. So overall, I would say in NHL 21, with the backdoor increase, whatnot, it's about 75 to 80% in terms of save percentage. 80 on the high end is kind of what's to be expected, at least for me. Again, I'm not an elite player by any means, but I am in Division 1, so whatever that means. Regardless, I do need to mention that. So in this video and in my gameplay today with Markstrom, I will say this. He didn't let in a ton of goals that I thought he shouldn't have let in, meaning that, the goals that he was scored upon, they kind of made sense, and I understood why I made a mistake on him, so I do need to say that. So first, we're going to highlight the backdoor ability. So, the one-timers in the slot or the cross creases. We'll take a look at some of the highlights and lowlights of Markstrom in net. So with my first game with him, again, my own fault. A lot of these chances are because I can't get it out of the zone cleanly, and it ends up stuck late in the period. And again, it's just a backdoor forced cross crease, and he doesn't really push over, do anything insane desperation-wise in terms to make it. So this is kind of a normal goal, and I understood it. However, later on in the day, again, he made this really nice split-legged one that I was impressed by. So again, throughout the day, the one-timers from the slot, those went in, especially when they're getting hammered on. In this one video, Draisaitl lets one go from the high slot that I'm not covering. And again, just kind of makes sense. There wasn't a ton of these backdoor ones that, you expected to be bailed out on. He didn't make a ton of those when it comes to the backdoor one-timers. Now on to just high-danger opportunity chances. The one thing I did notice about Markstrom is that his reflexes and shot recovery was really, really nice. Meaning that if he's made a save, he was able to make up the second one or get across really quickly. And because he's so big and doesn't have really high aggression, that really played into it really well. So I did notice that. That did kind of stand out for me. And again, something I would expect with a card with this high of attributes and size. All right, next up is short side wristers. I'll say this, there wasn't a ton of it, just the way I play defense, I don't really give up the short side wristers very often. Blocker side, I don't think I allowed one at all today, so that was nice to see. But the glove hand side, I think we're at a stage now where if you've got, it doesn't matter who you have in net, because these guys have 99 shot totals, they're kind of able to pick apart that that classic short side wrister upstairs on the glove hand. So that, kind of played normal here. And again, the goal that I give up here is to be expected. But the blocker side, I didn't really notice anything up top. All right, so I played about 8 games here today with Markstrom in net. And there was really only one sequence in which, it really stood out to me that I had an elite tendy in net. And I don't think that was super prevalent in a lot of them. Like, again, you see the backhand, the blocker side just really strong. And then it's just multiple saves in this sequence back and forth. I have a hard time getting out at the end of the game. I'm kind of leading, so I'm not really pressing. But again, the backdoor on the blocker side, I don't know what it is, but just on that right side of Markstrom with this card, it just seemed phenomenal, and he did a fantastic job here. But this was really the only sequence in which I really noticed him play extremely well. All right, guys, so let's talk numbers. And as you can see, not very good. 4.54 goals against and a 72% save percentage, and I went 6-1. Again, playing in Division 1 rivals. All the games were pretty sweaty, and I think I got into like a 12-8 game, but I'm not going to lie. Like, he didn't let in any goals that I think he should have stopped. Like, it was just backdoor one-timers, forces, the 2-on-1s, things like that. I didn't play very good defensively, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Once you get to the top end, guys, again, the shots that are going to be taken are going to be high quality scoring chances. So I think depending on the type of player you are and the skill level that you're at, I think it's going to drastically change things. So if you are anywhere from like Division 10 to Division 3, Markstrom is probably going to help you out. Like I said, he made a few flurry saves and rebound ones, and those are going to be a lot of the chances that you're going to face in the lower divisions, because it's just a lot of shots on goal and then looking for those rebounds. But in the higher end, it just really doesn't matter. You find any goaltender that just does okay. My Vasilevsky has like 75% save percentage, and I guarantee if I played 20 more games with Markstrom, he'd go down and he end up being about 75%, because that's just, how I play defense. It's not, again, I'm very time on attack oriented, and give up a 2-on-1 usually is just how it ends up going this year. So again, guys, it doesn't really matter with goaltenders. This card on paper should be fantastic, but for the cost involved, no chance. If you're a high-end player, would not recommend spending on him. I think that there's better options that are just far cheaper. And again, outside of being hut rich and in the lower divisions, this is a hard pass. Overall, I will give Jacob Markstrom a 7.2, simply because he did just fine. His synergies are just okay, and the price is astronomical. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And comment on who you'd like to see reviewed next. All right, guys, have a good one.